Do you think that's something you guys could do in the future? Like, I mean, I know that's total hypothetical, but if it was just a reoccurring, $100 a week, $50 a week.
Yeah, so that's a really interesting take, and we've had a lot of discussions around that. So as it is right now, as a new property comes available, we'll notify all of our users of the new property, and they can go and put whatever they would like to put into that one. What we think in the future is really having something around where essentially they could set up a monthly amount that they would like to invest. And we see a future where they could put in different parameters, where they could say, this is the kind of location I'm looking for. I'm maybe more focused on, dividends, or I'm more focused on potential long-term gains. And then really the machine, essentially, right, making a decision for them.
Yeah.
Now, where we run into some complications in the short term is there's a lot of, because this is a very relatively new space. Crowdfunding is a $16 billion industry for real estate, and it's growing at 45% a year. But there's still a lot of gray areas. So it's a lot of work from a legal perspective to figure out how do we get an agreement put together that would allow us to basically have power of attorney to make those trades on behalf of an investor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so we are definitely interested in pursuing that, but we have to be really careful how we do it.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be a process.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. So for right now, listeners need to say, hey, Siri, remind me to buy $100 every month on the 3rd. Like that's
pretty much.
And another thing is when we have multiple properties on, we may have a nightly rental property that would produce more income, but would maybe be considered higher risk
for sure
because it's a nightly rental. And then we would have, just a door in a multifamily property that would be a safer bet. And then we might have a small commercial project.
Yeah.
And so we want them to be able to jump on and say, I really like this Airbnb property in Hawaii.
Yeah.
It really speaks to me. And they take ownership of those shares and they feel good about what they purchased.
Yeah. No, I love that. We haven't put a ton into it, but at the end of the summer, summer's good for us. Winter's not as great. I just keep thinking what if you buy 100 shares here and 100 shares there? At what point can I own like a quarter of that property? It's just